First, you must realize that you have no idea before you can know the idea. We scan across all the frequencies if we want to learn anything new. Let us begin.
What has physics done for me lately? Second more, the equation E is equal mc squared. We have now acquired a fateful power to alter and to destroy nature. That's like when you're in physics and you go to a dream world saying, this is a physics excursion. Science, what is it all about? The whole of human history all falls in the dust of one stroke of a nail file. You can't really get to grips with evolution unless you realise what an enormous amount of time our own planet is only a tiny part of the vast cosmic tapestry, a starry fabric of worlds yet untold. You are tuned into what can only be described as the best radio station on this blue dot we call Earth. It is, of course, 4ZZZ. Be it on your conventional wireless radio, by tuning into the classic frequency of 102.1 FM, digital devices such as DAB or smart speaker, listening via the Community Radio Plus app, or streaming us live from our sensational website at 4ZZZ.org.au. And of course, you can always listen back to our show, or any 4ZZZ show for that matter, using the ingenious on-demand feature, also found at that URL. We also now have a weekly podcast of the show for your listening pleasure, curated by Toby, a condensed version of the show, without the music, which my mum prefers. But this week, it will be an especially condensed version. Toby, by the way, just search for our show name, which is, of course, No Idea, spelt with a K. And because it is Big Sound this week, science will take a back seat.
That doesn't sound like fun to me.
You tune into 4ZZZ, and the show is No Idea with me, Max. We've got Maximillian, we've got Issy. It can only be one thing.
Okay, it's time for the best part of the show. Loosely defined as science, yeah, you already know. Everybody listens to 4ZZZ just to hear us talking about what Butters just did. Subscriptions just keep rolling like the tires on a car. But something tells me that our science curves won't go far. But unlike an engine, I won't keep you in suspension. We're all here to hear him talk, so let's give him attention. You're not ready for when he starts rapping. Gonna hand the mic to Max, and I'm not talking Van Stappen.
Spoiler alert. There you go. That makes it 7 times we've played the Australian National Anthem on No Idea, which means an Australian has won an F1 race. And it's McLaren driver Oscar Piastri. We're getting tantalisingly close to Gabe's prediction of 8 times we'll hear the National Anthem. Maximillian said 9. Izzy, you said 10.
I did say 10.
I said a dozen. And I reckon it's doable because there's 12 more chances, including the sprints, that the Australian National Anthem could be played. I wouldn't mind playing it twice in one show. That'd be cool.
Yeah, get a sprint victory.
So let's unpack what happened in the Netherlands on the weekend.
Of course, no sprint at the Netherlands this year. It was a standard race weekend with
Yes.
3 free practice, 1 hour long sessions, qualifying, and then the feature race on Sunday.
Yeah.
Once again, I mean, it's basically a 1-horse race at this point, or 2-horse.
Yeah, and they're both coloured orange.
The stable McLaren, basically.
The prancing horse isn't featured so much.
No, less so a Scuderia. But yeah, Lando Norris looked really strong all weekend, eh?
It did. Yeah. And he set the fastest times in FP1, free practice 1, free practice 2, free practice 3.
And I think Q1 and Q2.
Of the qualifying on the Saturday. Yeah, okay. And he even set the fastest time ever around the track, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Very briefly.
Because moments later, Oscar Piastri set the fastest time ever around track in qualifying Q3.
And it was on his first run too.
Yeah, it was.
Of Q3, which is like, that's the banker.
And his next run, he was on it too, but then once he knew he had it, he just backed off and job done.
Happy days.
Yeah, so Lando wasn't too happy about that because history tells us that you got to be on pole to win this race. It's a very particular circuit.
Yeah, very narrow.
With that banking curve and all that sort of stuff. And Oscar on pole. Would Lando be able to somehow get past. And Max Verstappen, of course, he's always a bit of a dark horse, along with
There
George
or
Russell.
thereabouts.
Yeah, starting from 3 and 4, respectively. And sure enough, Max Verstappen sent it. He licked the envelope and sent it. Or was it the stamp? One of those
The stamp,
things.
yeah.
Lick the stamp and sent it, yeah.
I think licking the envelope is a Seinfeld joke.
And sure enough, being his home race, he got into P2, position 2, behind Oscar. But Oscar...
Well, I was going to say, I don't think he necessarily got up to P2 on merit.
Yeah,
let's be
I
honest.
do. Like, he
You
got
think?
into that sandy bit of that corner and he managed to hang on to it. Like, it was an amazing bit of driving. So, do you think more Lando dropped the ball a bit?
I think at least the finishing order had more to do with a bit of bad luck on Lando's part more than it was
Okay.
Verstappen's skill. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Again, unfortunately, I think it's one of those things where those papaya cars are just inevitable, aren't they?
Out of the box, they're ready to go, yeah. And next,
it's like, Verstappen gets past, it doesn't really matter though. Like, it's just
it's
a matter
only
of time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How many laps do you want to give him in front of you? Anyway, this means Oscar, he started from pole, he led every lap, won the race, and set the fastest lap time during the race. So this is his first ever, what they sort of colloquially call a Grand Slam for Oscar. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Achieve the 4 things that you need to do for a Grand Slam. And there was a few notable retirements. Both Ferraris had to retire due to damage. One was a bit self-inflicted.
Oh, God.
Lewis
And
Hamilton.
the other one was an Antonelli-shaped
Oh, my God.
sort of issue. That hard cut to the Ferrari garage is living rent-free in my head, though. They look devastating.
And this,
Poor blokes.
and then Lando had an issue with his power unit, or so we thought.
This has been really interesting to observe on every social media platform because there is the infamous both Lando and Charles head down on the hills asking whether or not this was purposeful or it started off a rabbit hole of people.
It's a great meme, isn't it?
It is a great meme.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was purposeful, I'll be honest. It was quite unfortunate to see him push and push and push and then just see him slow down and then stop.
Exactly.
And it happened like just in sector 1 of one lap.
No, fully.
It was just like, I smell smoke. Retire the car.
Yes, because one of the sensors would have said shut it down immediately. And McLaren has already said that it wasn't a fault with the actual power unit. It's the way they plumbed it in. So it's a chassis issue, which is great for Oscar because that means that issue will never happen to him.
Well, that we think, right? Unless there is a flaw in the actual McLaren design.
Yes.
It is interesting that it's not a Mercedes power unit failure, though, because there have been a few this year. And up until now, McLaren have sort of gotten very lucky with their reliability of the high-performance powertrain. But, I don't know, it's disappointing because you don't like to see... this could be the championship decider, and you don't like to see championships decided on the basis of luck.
Yeah. But he's had his fair share of luck, Lando Norris. And
Lance is lucky, but in a different respect.
would that be wealth?
It might be.
Anyway, the final result was Oscar Piastri P1, Max Verstappen P2 for his home race. And the Racing Bulls, the big news, Isaac Hadjar, the Frenchman.
Oh, I know.
Sorry, don't you mean Isaac?
Yeah, oh, yes. What about just Issy? Let me just do that.
Is, yeah.
And, we should have the French national anthem because, job well done in the Racing Bulls, which is the sister team to the Red Bull team.
Which a lot of people are speculating may actually be faster than the Red Bull.
Yeah, currently, yeah.
I think was it Craig? Was Craig Slater talking to someone saying that? Do you want to actually just put Verstappen in the Racing Bulls, see what happens,
and make it really work?
Yeah.
Dark horse George Russell finished 4th in the Mercedes, and rounding out the top 5 with an incredible drive was Williams' Alex Albon. Did you see him from the start? He passed 5 people.
No, just absolutely gunned it. Yeah.
And then he saw his teammate Sainz in front of him and said, I better settle down there.
Yeah.
Because he could have taken him as well. So, yeah. And there were 7 out of 10 teams that finished in the points. And the teams that didn't make the cut, of course, was Ferrari with 2 DNFs. Alpine.
Bit hard to get in the points. Double DNF.
Alpine, Renault, bit slow, and Kick Sauber, of course, not the green team. But they'll be Team Audi next year, so we'll see, Audi, whatever you want to call it. We'll see how they go. And it was good to see both Haas cars in the points. And this is what I like. Ultimately denying Franco Colapinto any points, which keeps him equal with the driver he replaced at Alpine, Jack Doohan. How many points do you reckon they've both got? They're equal. Yeah, it's a donut.
Yeah. It's love.
0.
To continue the
Hugs around. With Lando,
Yeah, the interesting thing there is it's actually been a year since Colapinto's debut.
Has it? Oh, yes.
Williams at Monza.
Williams, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, Oscar leads the championship by 34 points to his teammate Lando. And it should be noted that McLaren has done all that. So this could be...
Well, we're saying it could be pivotal, right?
Yeah,
in the same way that, we think back to Rosberg's championship, where it was basically one DNF from Hamilton that meant then suddenly Rosberg was in with a shot. Yeah, and in this case, it just gives Oscar a bit of breathing room. And yeah, in fairness, as you say, Lando has had a lot of luck go his way, in terms of safety car timing, in terms of strategy, in terms of an interesting penalty at Silverstone. So yeah, it's goes around, I guess.
What do you got for us for a Big Sound MotoRap edition, Izzy?
Well, the girls were racing, so it's time to do my F1 Academy roundup. It was a double Dutch delight with
the 3 Ds.
Yes. It was, dare I say, a triple Dutch delight as well when I talk about our wildcard entry. But Maya Wang claimed the first Grand Slam of her F1 Academy career and the first of the season in her home turf.
Yes.
After American Chloe Chambers DNS'd in race 2, promoted Maya back up to P2 in the overall standings, 20 points back from French driver Dorian Pan. The other Dutch driver, Nina Gaiman, who was the Alpine driver, almost had to watch her home weekend from the sidelines after she was declared unfit to drive in free practice 2.
Yeah.
But
due to what? Illness?
I believe so.
Yeah.
She entered the reverse grid for race 1 in P8, which was more than enough for her to take the win. All this on her 22nd birthday as well.
Yeah.
And it's really rare for racing drivers to actually win on their birthday.
Yes.
I think in Formula One proper, it's only happened twice in the entire sport's history. So yeah, absolutely incredible.
Fantastic. And last week I spoke about our wildcard entry for this race, which was Esme Kosterman, who had quite an impressive resume behind her.
Yes.
This weekend she became the first points scoring wildcard entry of the 2025 campaign, earning points for high-tech TGR, who have endured a very tricky start to life in the F1 Academy racing, managing to outscore 5 full-time drivers in the standings. So very interesting, kind of like an Ollie Behrman situation of putting in a rookie and them earning points in that first race. So we may potentially see her on the grid this time next year. So very exciting race.
And she was put up by TeamViewer, yeah?
Yes.
Which is just so bizarre seeing in the timing tower the little TeamViewer logo. Like you see Ferrari, you see Mercedes, and then you see, is that TeamViewer?
Yes. Yeah, TeamViewer has a huge stake in F1 Academy. I suppose it's kind of like the sandpit or testing ground for brands who are looking to break into motorsport but aren't quite sure, because they'll basically the sponsor just sponsors a driver, so it's a one-to-one relationship as opposed to like a team.
And it's a wild card, right? Because it's like one weekend, yeah.
It is one weekend. You just throw everything at the wall, see what sticks. In this case, Esme Kosterman stuck quite well, so hopefully we'll see her pop up again.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, great weekend for motorsport.
Okay, so it's back-to-back races. We've got Italy this week, Monza. So this is a home race for Ferrari. We can say that, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Essentially.
Yeah, so instead of the usual red overalls, they'll be wearing blue overalls for the racing suits.
Like HP blue or
HP?
Big blue?
Well, true. That's good. I don't know. And it'll probably be another McLaren lockout unless Ferrari brings some special sauce, I'm hoping. And I think Lewis needs to spend a bit more time in the Ferrari simulator, just quietly. Just to get used to the car. He knows how to drive a Mercedes, but he doesn't know how to drive this Ferrari particularly. So
I don't know if even Leclerc knows how to drive this Ferrari. Let's be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
It looks like a handful.
He did some good overtakes of Russell, but yeah. Anyway, any more for the MotoRap this week?
I think that's it.
That's it.
It's a wrap.
What do the next 50 years of 4ZZZ sound like? We have no idea.
Yeah.
You're listening to No Idea on 4ZZZ. Izzy, I am in the hot seat.
Nice.
Max is across from me. You are tuned into No Idea. with not a lot of science.
No, it's a Big Sound special this week.
It is a Big Sound set special. I feel bad. We're sitting here just talking and everyone else in the station's running around getting prepared for our gig this afternoon.
Exactly,
so, shout out to all volleys who are all hands on deck, whether you're working at Big Sound or you're at Zed.
Yeah.
Special shout out to you. But speaking of volleys and subscribing as well.
Yeah, nice segue.
Yeah, we are run on volunteers who do it out of the love of their hearts. If you want to support us, 4ZZZ.org.au/support if you're looking to throw a little bit of money our way. We've got different tiers for different folks. Max, did you want to go through them whilst I pull up what our September monthly prize is?
If you're under 18, it's $25. If you're a pet, $25. Concession, $40. A full subscription will set you back $80 per annum. Passionate, $140, or super sub like Bones, $500, and you get your name written down on the wall downstairs, and a cape or not? Cape optional.
Cape optional,
okay.
I think. Also, when you subscribe, we've been doing for the last couple of months a monthly prize.
Yeah.
In September, our monthly prize is 2 Sea Leg Brewing mixed cartons, a hat, and a cozy jumper.
Sounds good.
So Sea Leg Brewing is based under the Story Bridge in Brisbane, super duper local. From your crispy lagers to your juicy hazy pales to rich stouts and experimental sours, there is something for every beer lover to enjoy. So when you subscribe during September, you'll go in the running for that.
Sounds
so
good.
Not only do you get some warm inner glow, but you also get some warm inner beers. And look, this has been a pretty chill no idea.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about us, we also have a podcast, and I feel like we are giving our lovely podcast editor Toby a week off. Or else he'll just be editing a 15-minute special because
MotoRap.
can he have any of the music?
That's right.
Please expect no podcast, I don't think.
That's right.
But it's Big Sound, baby. Let's all take the week off, go to a few gigs.
Yeah, exactly.
Have some fun, network, or do whatever you want to do. So
sounds good.
this has been No Idea on 4ZZZ, if you couldn't tell.
With Max and Issy, and we'll speak to you next week.
See ya.
I'm a goddamn marvel of modern science.
We've got a text in from Toby.
Yeah,
thank you, Toby.
Just get him on the show at this point. He's like backseat driving.
But we really are puppets of Toby's at this point, aren't we?
As we should be.